MCC is one of the only officially licensed companies to still be actively making and releasing Plants vs. Zombies plushes. And today we're going to be looking at the second ever Plants vs. Zombies plush set that they made. So with that said, welcome to a look at the MCC Plants vs. Zombies Set 2 plush set. Now let's start off with the first plush in the set, which is the Sunflower. Now unlike their last Sunflower plush that they made in their first set, this one's actually a unique design. As well, last time they made a Sunflower plush, they basically copied the design from World Max, but this time they actually made quite a unique design. And well, overall, I think it looks pretty good. The leaf base is very accurate and has all the correct details on it. The stem's also really nicely stuffed, so it can't really fall over the years unless if you purposely unstuff it. And well, the face is overall really accurate, and the petals around the head actually can't get damaged because, well, unlike most companies, they're not made out of like a really weak material. And well, the face is nicely embroidered on it. It looks overall pretty accurate to the game, even though it still looks pretty simple. And well, I think they did a good job with it, keeping it simple, because, well, it's a good thing that they kept it simple, because, well, they couldn't really mess it up that much. And well, the face on the Sunflower plush is also a little lighter than most other Sunflower plushes made by officially licensed companies. And well, overall, MCC did a pretty good job making this Sunflower plush as well, but it overall looks pretty good. And if you want, this plush is overall very common, so you can look on websites like eBay and Mercari and find it pretty easily. And now let's move on to the next plush in the set, which is the Walnut. Now, unlike most Walnut plushes that are usually just circles with eyes on them, this one actually has a lot more detail to it. As well, instead of just embroidering on the eyes, they actually made the eyes a whole separate piece of plush material and actually stitched it onto the face, which makes it actually look a lot more unique. And well, I actually really like this design of the Walnut plush because, well, it makes it look more 3D, and well, it overall looks really good compared to other officially licensed Walnut plushes. And well, the rest of the face besides the eyes also look really good as well. They did a good job embroidering basically every single detail on it. And honestly, for how simple of a character Walnut is, they actually put a lot of detail into it, which is overall something that I really like about this plush. As well, MCC obviously put a lot of time into making it look as accurate as possible, even with the most simple characters. But yeah, this is one of the plushes in the set that I would definitely recommend getting if you can. Well, you could either find on eBay and Mercari pretty easily. And now let's move on to the next plush in the set, which is the Cattail. And well, just like the Walnut plush that we just looked at, this one overall has a lot of detail to it. And well, while looking at this plush, I couldn't really find any inaccuracies about it, as well as basically a perfect plush. The leaf base on it overall looks really good, and it's around the exact same design as the Sunflower's leaf base. And well, the head is overall really nicely shaped, and they even added some 3D details and embroidery to make it look nicer. And well, the nose is made out of a plastic material, so it could get chipped and damaged, but that's probably not going to happen because, well, it's overall in a pretty weird place for it to get damaged. And well, the mouth is basically completely accurate and is really nicely embroidered on it. Same thing with the eyes and the eyebrows. The only thing that would have been slightly better to do with the face is make the pupils slightly bigger on the Cattail's eyes. And well, for the hat that the Cattail's wearing, it overall looks really good, and they added a nice flap to it to make it look more 3D looking. And well, the ears on it overall look really accurate, and they're stitched really nicely so they can't really get damaged. And well, for the tail on this plush, it overall looks really good, except the tail could get understuffed over the years because, well, it's a very small piece of plush material. But if you take good care of it, it probably won't get understuffed. But yeah, the actual cattail part overall looks really good, and it has a really nice red spike on the end of it, which could get understuffed over the years as well. But yeah, just like the Walnut, this plush basically has all the details necessary, and they even added a few extra to make it look more accurate. And well, honestly, out of any other cattail plush, I would definitely say that this is the most accurate cattail plush to be made. But sadly, this plush is extremely rare, so if you want it, you could look on eBay or Mercari, but you have a very low chance of finding it. And now let's move on to the next plush in the set, being the plant food Peashooter. Now, all this plushes is that when the Peashooter gets plant food in Plants vs. Zombies 2, it has a helmet on it, and well, that's what this plush is based off of. And well, for the leaf base on this plush is the exact same as the cattails and the sunflower's leaf base, and same thing with the stem, as it's basically the exact same and nicely stuffed as the sunflowers. And well, the head on this plush is overall extremely accurate and is really nicely shaped. And well, the embroidery on the face for the eyes and the lines under the eyes overall look really good, and they're basically extremely accurate. And well, the helmet on this plush is also extremely accurate, and it has some pretty nice embroidery on it with the star, and well, the only really bad thing about it is that it could get unstitched from the head. And well, there's also a leaf on the back of the head on the Peashooter covered by the helmet. And well, the pea in the Peashooter's mouth could actually come out and it's attached by a string, so it could get damaged over the years and the string could get tangled. It'd even get cut off if you damage it enough. But yeah, overall this plush is really good, except it is pretty hard to get because, well, there's a lot of bootlegs of it. So if you see this plush on Amazon, eBay, or Mercari, make sure to look at if it's not a stock image, because, well, if it's a stock image, it's most likely a bootleg. And well, the bootlegs of these plushes overall look really accurate to the normal plush itself, except the one thing that is really bad about the bootlegs is that they could easily fall apart. So if you get this plush and it basically immediately falls apart, that means it's probably a bootleg. And well, another way to tell it's a bootleg is that the head is slightly darker green on the bootlegs, and well, the officially licensed version of the Peashooter has a lighter green head. So yeah, if you want the officially licensed version, look on eBay or Mercari, but if you see any stock images, don't buy it because it's most likely a bootleg. But yeah, which plush in this set is your favorite? Comment down below, and yeah, have a great day.